The Snoopy is a special watch and I kept it for special occasions and I just never got the chance to wear it. Whereas my new Sapphire Sandwich, I'm going to wear it more often. Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. On this episode, I'm going to talk about my latest purchase, my Omega Speedmaster Professional. I've recently purchased the white dial. I got a stonking deal on the watch. I bought it from Lee from Watches of the Vale based in Cardiff. This watch has an MSRP of £7,600 and I purchased it last week for £5,995. That's £1,605 less than MSRP. This watch came out 18 months ago and I've waited patiently for the right deal. I have owned this watch in black and I know the watch is perfect. I only sold the watch because I was getting another watch and that deal fell through, and I've always regretted selling my Sapphire Sandwich and I'd always planned to buy another one, and then Omega brought out the white one and I thought, fantastic, I'll wait for the right deal on a white one, and that deal popped up last week and now here we are talking about my latest purchase. However, there's a problem. I don't want two Speedies in my collection, but I'm keeping the Sapphire Sandwich, so the Snoopy has to go. And you guys are thinking, Brendan, you're crazy. You are selling your Snoopy to Lee from Watches of the Vale, and it's getting shipped there next week if you're interested. If you tell him Brenny sent you, he will do you a good deal on the watch. Let's get into the reasons why I'd rather have a Sapphire Sandwich than a Snoopy. In October 2019, Omega launched two sister watches, an Apollo 11, which was a limited edition watch. They made 6,969 of them to celebrate the 1969 Apollo mission. I don't need to explain it to you, do I, guys? Its sister watch is the Snoopy, which is a limited production model, and it is still being produced today, 6 years later. They ran out of Apollo 11s about 3 years ago. If you do the math, the Snoopies have been selling 3 years past that date. There has to be at least 14,000 Snoopies out there. The first reason why I prefer the Sapphire Sandwich to the Snoopy is the legibility. It's a very simple watch with a very simple design and very easy to tell the time. If you take a look at the Snoopy, it's a little bit harder to tell the time on the watch. It just is, guys. There's just too much going on the dial. If you take a look at the second counter at 9 o'clock, you can see that the hand almost disappears. Another thing to be aware of is the Snoopy is a lot thicker. It is 14.47 millimeters thick compared to the Speedy Pro, which is only 13.18 millimeters thick. The Speedmaster Pro is £7,600, and for that you get it on a bracelet. The cleverly designed clasp with the straight line pattern helps reduce the number of scratches that you can pick up on the watch. The bracelet is as good as any Rolex Jubilee bracelet and extremely comfortable on the wrist. All white Speedmaster Professionals come with a push button micro adjustment on the clasp. However, it only gives you a 2mm adjustment. The Snoopy is £10,000 and you get that on a god-awful strap with a god-awful pin buckle. When the watch first came out, it was a lot cheaper, but now the watch is £10,000. I honestly think it should come with a free bracelet. Both watches come with the same movement. The movement is a manual wind with a 50-hour power reserve. The 3861 movement. It's a glorious movement, and because the sapphire sandwich has an open case back, you can look at the movement and enjoy it whenever you want. The Snoopy is a closed case back with you standing on the moon looking at the Earth continuously rotating in the background. Very cute. If you activate the chronograph, you can then see Snoopy himself riding his rocket ship across the skies. A major reason why I prefer the sapphire sandwich to the Snoopy, we've already covered the legibility of the dial. But what you may or may not know, the Speedy has an AR coating on the inside to make the dial more legible. The Snoopy has an AR coating on both sides to make the dial more legible. However, an AR coating on top of the glass does scratch quite easily. And therefore, the sapphire sandwich having no AR coating on the outer part of the sapphire crystal makes it more tougher. It's almost impossible to scratch a sapphire crystal, whereas if you have an AR coating on the top of the crystal, it will scratch. Trust me, it will be covered in scratches after a few months. Both watches having the same movement means they're both manual winds and mean they both are a 50-hour power reserve watch, respectively. Both watches do not have a screw down crown or screw down pushers. The watches are rated to 5 bar only, guys. That's 50 meters. Some people do wear these watches in the shower and they do wear these watches to go swimming. Personally, I would never do it, guys. Both watches are classed as a 42mm case. Both watches are the same length. Lug width to lug width is 47.50mm. And both watches have the same strap width, which is 20mm. All of my watches in my collection I wear my Daytona, I wear my Panerai, and I want to wear my Speedy. When I had my black sapphire sandwich, I wore it all the time. The Snoopy is a special watch and I kept it for special occasions and I just never got the chance to wear it. Whereas my new sapphire sandwich, I'm going to wear it more often. I'm 53 and I don't want to be keeping watches in the collection that I don't wear, and that's why I am moving my Snoopy on. There is nothing wrong with an Omega Snoopy. I just don't want to wear a Snoopy as a daily beater or as a daily watch. I just don't want to do it, guys. And I have other watches in the collection that I'd rather wear on special occasions. The 3 main reasons why I prefer an Omega Speedy Professional against an Omega Snoopy are: number 1, the legibility of the dial; number 2, the thickness of the case, which is 13.18mm. It just suits my 6 3/4 inch wrists. And lastly, the fact that there is no AR coating on the outer edge of the sapphire crystal makes the watch more usable and more fit for purpose. I hope that explains it. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and I'll catch you on the next Brady video.